Hi, I'm Callie, and I am building a website builder with React on the front end and Golang on the back end. All right, in today's video, we are going to be focusing on React and Chakra UI and looking at how to make custom styled components using a recipe. This is really cool. All right, so my goal right now is to make my heading look like my current website. All right, I want to style that heading. Let's take a look at the code. In the code, you can see that I'm just using the normal Chakra UI/React component heading, all right, which is just kind of like an H1, right? But I'd like to make it a different font, all right? This is Pacifico here. And also in the future, I'd like to be able to have different types of headings that look a little bit different. All right, so let's take a look to see how we could do this with recipes. All right, you can write multivariant styles with recipes in Chakra UI. And that's pretty cool. So let's take a look at how it would work. All right, here they're creating a button recipe. All right, they're creating the recipe using this define recipe function. They have a base style, which is what, if you don't pass in any variants, that's just what it's going to look like. Then they have variants, right? So the visual variants could be either solid or outline, and then the size variant could be either small or large. And based on what you pass into this prop, you will see the difference. So you create a button using your recipe, and then you can just say visual solid, size large, and on your button. All right, so let's see how we can use that on our project. All right, so we have our heading here, okay, and I want to create a new one. So I have this file already made, heading recipe. All right, the base for my heading, I want the color to be this hex code to get that deep blue. All right, I changed my mind, and I don't want the font family to be Pacifico because I want that to be part of a variant. But basically, we're going to have the color is going to be this blue. The font weight is going to be bold, no matter what variant of our heading we use. But if we're using a heading in the header of the website, then we want the font size to be 36, and we want the font family to be Pacifico. If we're just doing a page header, then we want the font size to be 24, and then we'll just leave the font default. All right. So if we go back to our thing, nothing will change because we're not using this header yet, but we can. Here we're exporting it. We're saying the heading is equal to Chakra. We're saying it's going to start as an H1 component, and then we're going to pass in the heading recipe. All right, let's go ahead back to our heading, and we're not going to use the normal default heading from Chakra UI anymore. We are going to use our heading that we just made on style/heading recipe. All right, so if I save it, I'm not passing anything in, so it's just going to use the base. So we should see now that it's a color and it's bold. Let's go take a look. Yep, now it's that blue color and it's bold, but the size didn't change. All right, so we need to go ahead and take a look at that. Let's pass in here. We're to say the type of the heading is going to be our header type. Save that and then go take a look. And now you can see that this coding with Callie is our header type. All right, we have a message here that's just a normal text. Let's play around with it and see if we can make this guest is logged in the page type of heading to see if our other type works. Let's take a look. All right, so we're going to go over and we're going to enter this type or this temp component, which is just a temporary component that I'm putting in right now. All right, right now I'm just using an H1 div, but let's use heading instead from our style heading recipe. All right, and save it. And then we want to write type equals page and save it. Let's go back and take a look. And now you can see that our header for our website heading here, or our heading for our website header is 36 pixels and it's Pacifico. And our page heading here is going to be 24 pixels and it's not Pacifico. but they're both blue and they're both headings. All right. And that is how that you can use a Chakra UI recipe to create custom components in React.